Welcome back to Future Perfect. We've featured quite a few Android tablets on the show. On this episode, we're featuring yet another. Acer Philippines was kind enough to lend us a review unit of the Iconia Tab A500. And we've been tinkering with it. Actually, my executive producer has been tinkering with it for the past 2 weeks. And we can share our impressions of the device with Dio Vasquez. He's the product manager of Acer Philippines, which also gave us our first hands-on with Android last year with the Acer Liquid E. Dio, welcome to the program.
Hello, good evening.
Well, I've been trying out the Iconia Tab for just a few days. Actually, my executive producer, Dino Ponte-Urig, had it much longer because actually he enjoyed it also. And well, apart from the screen real estate, because it's a 10-inch screen, right?
Yeah.
What do you think is the strongest point now of the Iconia Tab?
Well, we have almost complete ports compared to the Android other tablet players out there.
Okay, what do you have?
So we have the HDMI port, USB port, and then we have the SD card slot.
Yeah.
So almost complete, and a docking port.
And the HDMI is actually a
mini HDMI. You
which
can
is
connect it.
hard to find, right?
Well, not really hard to find. You can easily go to the IT store and try to look for it.
But it would have been nicer if Acer actually bundled the mini HDMI cable with it.
We can do that probably in the future.
All right, in the future.
Yeah.
Now, the processor on the Iconia Tab, as I've noticed, well, it actually makes for fast loading times for the applications. Internet also, the web pages do load fast enough.
Yeah.
The experience, the overall experience, as I actually could tell from a few days of using it, also, you know, very reliable. But as for myself, I've been using an iPad for over a year now. I find that there's still maybe, how do you call it? Maybe an experience that I wouldn't call a very cohesive one. Somehow I don't feel like the screens work well with each other. If you're talking about the home screen and the other screens that you have to customize. But how can you actually make the experience a little bit more cohesive in a way?
Or in Acer, we made sure that the interface is very user friendly. So in the home screen, you actually customize it. So you can we have a 5 pages home screen.
Right.
So you can customize it. You can just drag the icon you want, and then just
to the screen.
To the screen.
Okay.
Then you can go to that. Then you go here.
Right.
You can see the icon. And there are a lot of widgets out there. So easily you can navigate.
That's the strongest point for Android, is that there are like a huge variety of widgets.
Yes, yes.
And now if somebody were like me, were to have an iPad, and then you would approach that person and try to sell him an Iconia Tab, what would be the biggest advantage of a Honeycomb tablet over an iOS tablet?
Well, just
aside from the slots.
All right, let's talk about the hardware part.
Okay.
This screen is made of Gorilla Glass.
Okay, and Gorilla Glass means?
It's a brand for the glasses.
Okay.
Okay, so you can scratch it.
All right, you're using your key.
I'm using my key. You can scratch the screen.
All right.
You can even.
Now, actually, I do have to tell you, Dio, that we had this unit for about 2 weeks. And the first thing I noticed when my producer gave it to me so that I could use it was said, "Ba't may gasgas na?" And then he said, "Hindi ako yan." Nandun na yung gasgas when we got it. I said, but I thought it was supposed to be a scratch-proof screen. And in fact, I think I did see some scratches on it. So it's not really that impervious to scratches pa rin. I mean, something deeper could scratch it.
Yes, yes.
But you wouldn't, of course, deliberately do that.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, you don't want to do that in your
All right,
machine.
now my floor director has come out with a 2x2 stick. No, we're not going to use that. So that's Gorilla Glass. And what else do you think is going to be a stronger appeal to it than maybe an iOS device?
All right, having an Android Honeycomb OS can run the Flash websites.
There you go.
Yeah.
You just targeted the weak spot of the iPad.
iPad can't do that.
Cannot play Flash. Okay.
Yeah, and of course, having an HDMI output here, you can connect it to your TV and then play 1080p video playback.
Unfortunately, we don't have a cable.
Yeah.
You didn't bring one, did you?
I didn't bring one.
Okay, that's why Acer never includes that micro HDMI cable. But otherwise, unlike the iPad, the first iPad at least, you could not port out whatever you had on your iPad display unless you had
Correct.
to jailbreak it
Correct.
and install a separate app. But with the Iconia Tab, anything that you display on the screen can be ported out to an external monitor.
Correct.
Just using a micro HDMI cable.
Yes. And having a USB, it's a typical USB drive, thumb
Yeah.
drive. It's commonly used in the Philippines.
Yes.
It's very useful
For transferring
for transferring
data.
files, for viewing. You can edit, but you have to buy some application to do that.
Okay.
But
So nothing in Android is almost free.
yeah, almost free, but not all are free. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can view your favorite files through this USB.
Mm-hmm.
You can even view some videos
I'm Chuck. Here are a few things that you might need to know.
through my USB.
So you're playing a movie on your USB.
Yeah.
And what kind of movie player app are you using on the Iconia Tab?
Yes.
It's a basic player AVI.
It comes with the tab. It's built. It's one of the apps that are included.
Yeah, you can even download some players in the
Android market, right? So the nice thing about it is, of course, you can connect an external drive to the Iconia Tab.
Correct.
Can it handle any external drive? I mean, if it's formatted either in FAT32 or NTFS,
Yeah, no problem.
no problem. Okay, but of course, can it read it if it's formatted in HFS?
I have to check that.
Okay, because that's an Apple
Yeah.
format. All right, so now Iconia Tab is out in the market. How much does it retail for?
Well, we have two models, 16 gig and a 32 gig model. So the 16 gig Wi-Fi version is 21,800,
All right, and the
and the
32 gig.
32 gig is 23,800.
Right. And both of them are Wi-Fi only
Both of them are Wi-Fi. We're coming out soon 3G model.
with a
version.
3G model. They had to skip 3G already
Oh, why is that so?
because we're already rolling out 4G. So
Okay.
you've got to leapfrog over 3G. So now, how are the sales doing in its initial launch?
We've launched it 2 weeks ago. It's already here in the Philippines, and quite a number of positive response we got from
Yeah.
the buyers. Yeah.
So, do you need to spruce it up a bit? I mean, are there accessories that you can buy for it?
Yeah, we have some accessories
Like a
available.
dock, a
yeah.
keyboard dock?
Soon, very soon, we're gonna have some dock. We have some accessories like this,
Okay. You also have a
Yeah.
smart cover?
cover and capacitive pen. If you'd like to have a capacitive
So you
pen.
can use like a stylus.
Yeah, like a
But it
stylus
has to
one.
be a capacitive pen.
Yeah, it has to be a capacitive pen.
Because any other like a lollipop stick,
No, you can
hindi pa.
you can use it.
Okay, kasi parang gano'n ang gusto gamitin ng floor director ko, yung 2x2 eh. Takot tuloy ako eh. Anyway, well, thank you very much for lending us the Iconia Tab for a couple of weeks. We actually really did enjoy using it. It was a break from using our normal tablet devices. At least we got a taste of what Honeycomb is like on
Yeah.
a tablet device. And I actually have to say that it was a very interesting experience to have it.
Yeah, more to come, more to come.
Oh,
More
very
interesting
good.
products.
Thank you very much, Dio, for
All right,
coming to
thank
the
you.
show.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for joining us. I'm Tony Velasquez. Join me again next week when we again examine the present and look ahead to the future perfect of Philippine tech.